ZombieCleo said something the other day that really, really made me mad. Oh dear, dead bat. You like my matching cats? Um, she's playing. There's a bunch of those. Oh, I keep stepping on those things. Bunch of those really wealthy, successful, I guess you could call it, YouTubers, Minecraft YouTubers that they got together and they made a little customized server called Misadventures. They get together for all kinds of stuff. Smallish Beans is in it. His wife Lizzie is in it. Pixel Riffs, who does the Hermitcraft, uh, synopsis every week. He does a thing. Um, a bunch of people I don't even listen to. S Major, a bunch of people. Some of them you know, some of them you don't. Zombie Cleo's in it. She said she's not going to make very many episodes of it. She's going to live stream when she's like grinding and whatnot and doing dungeon runs and that kind of stuff. But she said she's not going to do regular like 30-minute episodes. I don't like these new dog noises. They're really freaky. I don't like the leaves either. I see them out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what they are. Anyway, she says she's not going to do too many regular episodes. She's just going to do a lot of live streaming of like grinding and dungeon runs and stuff like that. Because this made me so mad when she said it. She said, quote, I'm not a builder. I'm going to show you something. Now, Zumavoid once told me, I guess 11, 12 years ago, I guess about the second or third season of Hermitcraft, he told me in person, I'm going to show you something. Yeah. He told me in person, quote, you are an excellent builder. Now, mind you, I was playing on his little plot world, which wasn't little. I mean, the spaces were 200 blocks by 200 blocks, bedrock to build height, which was much lower then and much shallower. I was building this. Now, there's some advantages to building in creative and some disadvantages. It's really hard to place blocks, like slabs are kind of harder to place in creative than they are just crouching down and pointing, crouching down and pointing. I got to be careful what I point at because I'm going to break stuff. Now, can I grow a whole bunch of birch trees and make them into blocks and put them in here? Sure, I can. That's basic early game stuff. The problem is I say stuck in early game because I can't see well. I don't have good equipment because I'm not wealthy. You know, how many subscribers does Mumbo have? He's also, did you know Mumbo's a film director? And that he's apparently, he either has been or is now attending Oxford in computer science and something else. Yeah, when I met him, he was a teenager, very self-conscious, kind of shy, absolutely sure, had very little self-confidence, absolutely sure he wasn't good enough, had less than 100,000 subscribers, maybe like 30, 40,000. Yep, that's when I met Mumbo. Anyway, have Cleo. Go watch her first and second seasons. That would be season 2 and season 3, I guess, of Hermitcraft. Go watch them. See what she built. And she was building out of glass. You know how hard it is to build out of glass, especially glass panes. And if you're vision impaired, fences, walls, glass panes, stuff like that, it's so hard to find the crosshairs and place the blocks correctly, and you're always screwing them up, and you have to break them and start over again. And especially glass is really frustrating because it takes so much time to farm the sand, cook the blocks, to dye the blocks, turn them into glass panes. It takes forever. So I'm playing a hybrid game now. Not only am I playing in peaceful a lot, but I am on occasion, not all the time. Oh, by the way, not all the time, but I am on occasion playing in creative. So I can do things like, now I could pillar up to uh, uh, bone meal my glowberries. I could do that. I could take a whole lot of time doing that. These are legit, okay? I really went to the nether. I've got a nether portal. I went in. I got a couple of sprigs of these things, and there's some stuff that grows on the ground too that I'm not sure what it is. I have got a couple of oh, those red tree blocks. They're not really trees, right? They're really some kind of fungus. Anyway, I got them legit, so I'm not like faking it. There are a few things that I'm going to fake. I am. I'll tell you about it. One of them is I have no way to get bamboo, and I'm not going to try. I'm going to wait until I can load someplace where I can get bamboo. I am so turned around. Oh, right. I have to go back over to this savannah thing. Um, so there's a few things I'm not going to fake. I'm going to wait for, like, I really, 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 really need bamboo. But in the meantime, I'll use those weird things from the nether. You know, I'll grow those viney things. They won't work as scaffolding, but they'll work better than nothing. So there's a few things I will fake because it takes so much time. Getting efficiency stuff, getting another, what are those called? You have to get wither skulls and build a beacon, and I don't want to get turned around here because I will, you know. Build a beacon. My nether thing's right over here somewhere. So a lot of this stuff takes so much time, and I cannot do them. Do I just go straight through here? I do believe I do. You know what? I'm not going to take a chance. I'm going to go through the tunnels. Yep. Yeah, it goes straight through, I think. Yeah, because this is going to the forest. Okay, I'm going to take a chance. Remember, I'm going this way, and if I need to, I got to turn around and go back the other way. So some of this stuff takes so much time when you're disabled that you never get to go anywhere. I think I have to turn. I'm going to go through the tunnel. So there are some things that I'm going to hybridize the game for. Now, as far as fighting mobs and all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to trick myself out with a bunch of, fancy armor and weapons and stuff or anything like that. I'm not going to have a beacon until I can actually kill a wither and get the thing, that kind of stuff. I did give myself an ender chests, and that's because I have so little storage because I don't have shulkers and things like that. However, I have access to the nether now. I will find a fortress. I will kill, what do you call those things? Blazes? Get blaze rods and kill endermen to get eyes and that kind of stuff. So I will do it legit. Oh, you turned this way. Oh, I am glad I came through the tunnel. I would have gone all the way the wrong way. I will do some things legit and some things, like I did all this by hand with stone pickaxes and shovels. I did it all by hand. So I don't want to hear about how cheaty I am. Okay? I'm real committed to the game and I do an awful lot of work that well, let's just say you wouldn't see Grian doing it. You wouldn't see Zuma's a grinder. Zuma dug out whole deserts and, well, you've seen what he does. My God. He got help with his builds back when I knew him. And I don't blame him for it. Oh, wait, I wanted to show you. My nether thing is over here just so I can prove it's true. I'm not going to go in because I want to deal with lag and all that stuff, but I do have another. I have another one up near home, too. So Cleo, who made she made a rainbow bridge. She wasn't out of the closet, as far as I know. When I knew her, she was not out of the closet. She was sympathetic to the fact that I was being bullied on Zuma's server. She invited me to her Patreon server without cost. I mean, most people have to subscribe, but she just let me play. Because she understood I was low income and stuff, but she never came out to me. She never said anything about being queer. She never said anything about being non-binary. See, that's why I'm calling her she. She was using she as her pronouns. She wasn't calling herself they and them back then. So I knew her way, way long ago. But she go around saying she's not a builder. I'm just going to call her she because that is one of her pronouns, okay? She and they. Most of the people on the server call her they. But I'm just going to forget, because it's been 12 years. I don't know. I've always known Cleo as she, and it's just going to take me a while, and it sounds funny as a trans person to say that, like it's dead naming her or something, but it's not because she allows those pronouns, so it's not that. It's just I have a really bad memory, and I'm going to take advantage of my privilege as an old fart. Anyway. So I have been on the same map all this time, waiting for the update, and the update is here. And I'm starting to look at other places and stuff. I want to come back over here and do a lot of work on this. I need to mess around with villagers to figure out how I want them to be. I know what was wrong with my iron farm, and I can build a better one. But Cleo talked about she's not a builder. And it occurs to me, Zuma getting all nervous about how he's building. Everybody's got to do these. What is that? What is that? Oh, right. That's the dog I put there to keep an eye on my people. There's also a black cat in there. I've been finding black cats. They're rare, and every time I get them, I snag them. At least I think they're rare. Now, when I go this way, then I turn left. I do believe. Yep. Go through the mountain. Yeah. So I have been, how long have I been playing this now? How many days? Days played. 1391. Well, you times 20 minutes. How long have I been here? So I haven't been able to go anywhere much. I haven't been able to do anything much. I've been working in pure survival. I've done a lot. All of this was done manually. All of it. I baked the glass, I made the slabs, everything here is handmade. All of the stuff along this road is handmade. Now, I was down in that big giant cave. I should have told you my old cave because some of you don't remember me. Anyway, I was down in my big giant cave that I recently found. Is that? There's something there they want me to see, I bet you. Yeah, I bet you. I was in my big brand new giant cave. I'm still going to cut down. See, I was cut down this whole mountain of stone and dirt. And I'm working on that whole mountain of sand. I've been doing lots and lots, all manual, all grinding, old school. So I'm not like, I'm not putting in things I don't deserve. Like I haven't been to the end, so I don't have shulker boxes. I have been to the nether, so I said, okay, I'm going to give me some, those things, oh shoot. Ender chests, 'cause I really need them. And there's one more thing I let myself have. You know, I've been doing a heck of a lot of fishing and a heck of a lot of trading, including with librarians. And I let myself have some books. I now have a Silk Touch diamond pickaxe. I think it's got mending on it. I've got a Fortune diamond pickaxe. It's got mending on it and efficiency. I let myself have those because I'm not a hermit. I can't get full diamond armor the first day and build a base house out of 18 bazillion block types and run around all over the place. And, you know, I don't even use that seed finder thing, gizmo, and that, hello? See those weird dogs? I think it's these over here. Uh, I don't use that thing so I can know what the seed is. And, I mean, I did look. Yeah, that dog noise is going to drive me crazy. I did look when I first got this seed. I looked to see how far away bamboo was going to be, and it looks like it's going to be a hellacious long way away. I don't like these leaves. I don't like them. So I got me my little screwy vine farm. I'm going to have to get used to which ones go up and which ones go down. I built me this so that I can take horses, mules, and llamas down here. Because I don't know if you noticed this cave does not end. I'm not going to go all the way through it because it means I have to load other maps. But this cave does not end. I'm not going the right way to show you. It's enormous, and I could maybe stay in here the rest of my life, you know? I really could. It's far bigger than the one I used for my home base. Whoa. See how hard it is for me to see? You know? I mean, I'm getting killed and stuff because I can't see and because I'm using these damn thumb controls that barely work. And, you know, I'm not making excuses. This game has always been a lot harder for me to play. When I was playing, what's it called? Java on a, you know, my monitor's too dark. I hope you guys can see better than I can. But I'm trying to save my battery, so I've got my, yeah, that's better. When I was playing on Java on that little crappy laptop with enormous lag and this little, tablet, it's not little, it's 11 inches, but a lot bigger than my old tablet. This tablet gets too hot when I'm running the recording software and playing Minecraft. That's why I'm playing early in the morning before the temperature gets too warm. In the summer, I'm going to have to play at night with a fan blowing on it. I'm not going to be able to play during the day. I can't even watch YouTube. The machine will cut off. When the temperature gets too warm for the battery, the machine will just stop without warning. You've seen it happen on a couple of my videos, right? Now, these are naturally spawning, these animals. Occasionally, I was getting wandering traders down here, but not so much since I put in all this extra stuff, so I don't know. I went by a river over by the Mesa biome. I followed a river into the desert a little bit because I'm going to open a new map over there now. I wanted to see some of the cactus flowers and stuff like that. See how big this is, and it goes back and back and back. So I'll be doing, I found a river and it had firefly bushes and I collected a few and I came back over here and I planted what I had, and I don't have a lot of bone meal because I haven't been over to my skeleton farm in a while. So I cloned me some firefly bushes because they look so pretty down here, don't they? Just adds a little bit of life and twinkle. So I like the fireflies. I don't like the leaves. The leaves are just driving. See, like there's a little firefly. Just for no, they don't do anything. They just. So I kind of hid the bushes around so you can't really see them too well. But then when I'm out here working and doing stuff, there'll be this happy little twinkle. These are all grown by hand. These trees. I did use creative for the staircase. Again, it's a vision impaired thing, and it's torture because it's easier to squat and place blocks, I think, than to use creative. I just move around too much in creative. It's too hard to aim and point. And then because I'm using these thumb controls, it's really easy to accidentally hit the block break thing instead of, just because I'm trying to steer with this thumb, with my right thumb. So Cleo's saying she's not a builder. Mumbo saying he's not a builder. Zuma saying he's not only not a builder, but he's not very good at redstone. I mean, he's not that hive mind thing, bunch of techno people that Doc hangs out with. Doc is one of Zuma's mentors, you know. He loves Doc. But for him to actually say that he's not a redstoner, okay, I get it. There's levels of stuff. But to define a redstoner as the highest, least attainable level of stuff, that's just wrong, man. You know, you're a redstoner. I'm a redstoner. Shoot, you know. I built that little contraption over at my original base. It ain't nothing but pistons and a little bit of redstone wire and what are those things called? A lever? See, I don't even know the names of stuff. Took me forever to get the stuff together to make the pistons. I'm I'm a redstoner because I made something out of redstone, and it worked, and it did what I wanted it to. Did I build a 9 by 9 door with rainbow colors uh and it sets off a goat horn? Did I make a music box that plays Bach? No. But I made that little contraption, so I'm a redstoner. I'm a builder because I build. I can't see. I have no money. I can't afford recording software. I can't afford a PC. I can't afford good internet. This is all on my mobile, on my tablet mobile. There isn't even internet out here. I'd have to get Ansel Musk's, what's it called, Skylink? I ain't paying that son of a, I ain't paying him nothing. He wants me dead so bad. He used a fascist term the other day and said we were unproductive eaters, meaning low-income people on Social Security or using food stamps or both, disabled people, elders, unproductive eaters. That was exactly the excuse they used in Germany in the 30s to euthanize people. The first people put in gas chambers. Disabled people. Undesirables. Some people with completely normal intelligence, they'd call them these words that have to do with being having mental health disabilities or developmental disabilities, learning disabilities. They would call them that even though they had something like cerebral palsy where they had just average intelligence. But they talk funny. Or deaf people. They talk funny, so they put them in camps and kill them. So no, I'm not going to get Skylink. I'm not going to get anything from Elon if I can help it. Nobody pays much attention. Well, nobody pays enough attention to Joe Hills, to ZombieCleo, Wells Knight. I don't think people pay enough attention to Cubfan or Zuma anymore. Good Lord, people are what? I mean, I don't like the man. If he wasn't such a coward and had me blocked because he didn't want to hear what I have to say, which is part of the reason I'm so mad at him. Because he went chicken poop on me because it was more about his wallet than what's right. He won't even listen, so he doesn't even know. I'm really mad at this son of a, but it doesn't mean I don't respect him as a Minecrafter. It doesn't mean I don't respect him as a server admin. He's single-handedly kept Hermitcraft alive with these damn fools opening up stuff that goes all the way to the Farlands. Oh my God. All the stuff they put him through. Now they've got all these fancy extra mods and whatnot. He's had to learn how to do all that. I'm sure he's got headaches up the, Everybody's so into these new Minecrafters, the millionaire Minecrafters. They forgot about the people who play the game. Joe Hills particularly. You ought to be watching him. You want to learn some things. You want to talk about a builder. Go look what he's doing right now. He's building a 1-to-1 replica of the Bell Labs, for crying out loud. So I don't want to hear it. But I've been hearing people who are builders and stuff talking about, we don't need to, they have reputations as builders and whatnot. Talking about, we don't need to prove anything to anybody. We need to have fun. We don't need to drive ourselves crazy. One of the things is symmetrical builds. I can't do that. I can't keep the count in my head and writing it down and referring to it. Being vision impaired, that's a pain in the butt. So to try to make a big, huge thing that has to look exactly the same on that side as it does on that side, and I'd have to keep flying back and forth. And by the time I go over here, check how many blocks of that stuff do I need, I go back over there and I'd forget it by the time I got back. No. That's one of the reasons I build stuff that looks so organic, because I have freedom. I can do what I need to do. And now that I'm playing in peaceful, I don't want to hear about cheating. If you're able-bodied and you're on a PC and you got all the bells and whistles and plenty of money for equipment and all that kind of stuff, you go ahead and play the game how you want. But you don't get to set the standards for me. Do you hear me? Or anybody else for that matter. If we need to play on peaceful for a while, that's what we need to do. If we need to play in creative for a while, that's what we need to do. It's not cheating. There's no wrong way to play. The only way you can cheat is to lie about what you're doing. And I have a feeling some people do that. I don't think it's people on Hermitcraft. But I have a feeling a lot of people are lying about what they do. YouTube has kind of ruined it for everybody. Even the game devs are so busy looking at who has the most views and subscribers. And look at the cameos in the game. I'm not begrudging anybody who had a cameo in the game. That's the first thing I want to say. But who's in the game? Who's in the movie? Mumbo, Lizzie, and Dan, is it TDM? I can never remember his name. No small channels who have done real innovations in Redstone. No small players who have done incredible things in PvP. Hokey smokes. No small subscribers, none. Only the very wealthy are acknowledged, and that's not fair. We will never be wealthy. They got lucky, they were in on it back in my day, 15 years, 14, whatever, years ago, when YouTube wasn't an institution that small people couldn't survive. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's content was welcome. You know, you didn't get thrown down the list, so nobody got to see your content. Uh, People with a lot of subscribers were talking to people with no subscribers. We were a community back then. Same with Minecraft. We were a community back then. We shared information. Uh, we developed mods for each other. I had a guy invent something so that I could make giant pottery, huge giant pots. Um, I made my own texture pack. I made my own skin. You know, we taught each other how to do things. We taught each other how to upload things and modify things, and we taught each other this game. We built this game. We built this game. Devs, players, YouTube together. We built this game. And now I'm not bitter. I'm glad people are doing fine. I'm glad the game is still alive. I'm glad new people are getting to play it. I'm glad there's no end in sight. I'm glad about all of it. I wouldn't begrudge those people in the Minecraft movie or the people with a lot of subs. I don't begrudge them any of it. The problem is that we've fallen into this trap of thinking everybody's got to build mega bases. Everybody's got to be brilliant redstoners. You know, Doc, at least he's honest. He says, you know, I got this whole team behind me, the Hive Mind, that are building all these things and showing me how to do it. And, you know, we've got a copy of the Hermitcraft server in Creative, and they come over and show me how to, you know. And he's got that thing where you can build something from the ground up. You make a copy of it in a hologram into the world you want to be in, and you can see a kind of a translucent version of it laid over the background. And then you just go up one row at a time, filling it all in, push the button, and it works. For ZombieCleo to say that she's not a builder. Go look at her early stuff. I'm not lying. Go look at Cthulhu. Go look at the giant glass domes. She made the museum of something or other in England. And then Zuma came along and filled it up with water and fish. We had a lot more fun back then than we do now. The stress and pressure. The game's not fun for just regular old people anymore if they get caught up in that junk. We're going onto these servers that are selling us loot chests and stuff because we know we can't get anywhere unless we buy a lot of stuff, spending money on stuff we can't afford. The stock market's crashing. We can't afford all that nutsiness. And the game is so high pressure now. I mean, if you got the equipment and you can do PvP, please do. I've done it. And I've done pretty well, even on a crappy laptop. Back when I could see better, and back when I had a keyboard and mouse. ZombieCleo is a builder. ZombieCleo is a hell of a PvP player. She really is. Redstone, not so much. She's developed some niches, like she's doing all that tricksy stuff with the armor stands, which I think is just hilarious. You see the last thing she did with a bucket of, what was it? Oh, a pufferfish. Oh my God, I keep stepping on those damn things. The bucket of pufferfish. Be who you are. Play how you play. It's your game too. You know, you bought a copy of it. You bought a copy of it. I don't know if you're playing on a teeny tiny little telephone, you're playing on a gigantic 80 bazillion RAM computer. I don't care. It's your game too. Now I'll try to help you out with, because I'm trying to learn how to survive on Bedrock because we can't do a whole lot. We're sort of the abandoned stepchildren, even though we buy more copies of the game than Java. So I'm trying to learn how to wring the best out of this game that I possibly can, given the limitations of the software and whatnot, like mods and whatnot. Right now I'm back on. I think I'm back on. Aren't I on? Am I? I hope. Well, I can't really. Will you shut up? I tried to put it on. I don't think it is. I wanted it to be on just a basic game. I think I've still got a texture pack on here. I just wanted it on a regular game because I wanted to see the difference between different kinds of blocks and stuff, like suspicious stand and so on. I'm also trying to. There's a version of Vanilla Tweaks which Zuma helped develop. It's a texture pack and resource pack. They made a version of it for Bedrock, but I can't figure out how to download it. So I do want that though, because it makes it a lot easier for vision impaired people. The things I selected did. Don't let people tell you you're not a builder. Don't let them tell you you're not a redstoner. Don't let them tell you you're not a survivor. Don't let them tell you you're not creative. Don't internalize that. YouTube is about corporate profits. YouTube is owned by Google, which is owned by something even worse. Google used to be really nice back in the day. They really were trying to do something different, you know, but then money. Same with Mojang before Microsoft bought it. And now this movie that's owned by Warner Brothers, oh my gosh. People are getting capes now with an actor's face on the back. Not even the real Steve, the actor's face. McDonald's? Yuck. So let's take back as much of Minecraft as we possibly can that hasn't been turned into a money bag. People complain about servers making people gamble for loot chests and whatnot to try to get enough goodies so that they can compete in Skyblock and whatever. That's only the tip of the iceberg. The corporations are wealthy enough, and the rest of us are suffering. Let's take our game back and let's play it. And ZombieCleo, shut up. You're a great builder. You're funny. You're fierce. Be proud of your history and what you have contributed to this game. And I suspect I saw you in a cameo background in a Minecraft movie, but I can't prove it because I don't know your real name. So, whoever that was, I don't know if it was you or not, but I suspect it was you. All right. That's all I had to say. And I'll try to be more. Speaking of having to worry about being perfect, I've been real sad and stuff because of what's going on in my country, as you can imagine. I'm scared. But I'll try to make more frequent stuff. I think it's better if I just do stuff off the top of my head. But I better shut this down soon because my battery's going to get too hot and it's going to turn off the tablet. And then where will we be? You are alive? Wake up. I'd hug you, but my arms don't bend. Goodbye.